How's it, everybody? Oh, hold on. Oh, calamai, excuse me for that. What's up, everybody? How's it? It's Ulu. Hope everybody's doing well and looking forward to the new year 2025. Excuse me, I gotta cut my nails. I do not like long nails. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do like long nails. I would love to be able to put acrylic nails, but I use my hands so much that no, short nails is the way to go. So a couple of days ago, well, in fact, it was yesterday, I was having a conversation with my daughter, and actually, guess what? It was earlier today, but because I went to bed during the day, woke up on the same day, that's my day before is over, so I'm in a different day already. I'm pretty much on a Saturday already, but it's confusing. Anyway, getting off topic. I had a conversation with my adult daughter, my oldest daughter, and we were talking about how people, make comments about you to you. And, there's, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest, family is the worst. Okay, family is the worst. So she kind of was telling me about how people make comments to her about her body and things like that, and the way she looks and everything. And okay, the reason why I'm addressing this is because it's not just social media that creates beauty toxic or toxic beauty standards. It's people in your environment, people that you consider your friends, people that are your family, people that you work with, acquaintances, and there's many negative and positive reasons why someone might make comments. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a little backstory. As a young girl, I started to develop early on. Okay, so at 9 years old, I started to develop and everything, and I went to my mom and I said, at 9 years old in fourth grade, I was playing flag football. And whenever I had noticed that, whenever I would catch the football, my my chest would hurt when I would catch the football. And so I brought that issue up to my mom. So she had a conversation with me and she was telling me, you're developing, you're maturing, your body is changing, and so we got to get you some girly things, okay. So that was that. However, as I got older, I started to develop more and more and more. And I remember being 12 years old and my mom took me school shopping for clothes, and so she had me try on the clothes, and it was a whole display, it was a whole thing, okay. And I put on the clothes, and at that time it was called acid wash jeans, so jeggings, okay, what they call jeggings today, but it was these stretchable jeans type, denim acid wash style looking. And that was the in thing. So she bought a few of those for me and I tried them on. And when I walked out into the living room, she was sitting on the couch and she was looking at me and she said, "Don't worry, honey. Someday women will be paying money to have what God gave you." Okay. Of course, at that time, I didn't know what she was talking about. I didn't understand. Well, as a seasoned woman of my age, I totally understand what she is talking about now because I see it. Women are paying for boobs. Men are paying for boobs, women are paying for ass, men are probably paying for ass too. Lips, all those things, okay? Well, thank you, Lord Jesus, for what you gave me. I'm happy. I love myself. I love my body. But it took me a while to get there. And it wasn't till I became an adult, even after I had children, I wasn't very, very confident about myself. So, when my daughter and I had this conversation, she had mentioned that people make comments about her appearance, and my daughter is a very simple person. She's not, she's into makeup, but she's not into makeup, you know. It just depends how she feels, you know. It's not like she needs it every day or she wants to wear it every day. She's a beautiful girl, honestly. Of course, I'm just saying that because that's my daughter, but I'm also saying that because that is my daughter. And she had expressed to me that it makes her feel uncomfortable. She also expressed to me that she could be overthinking these comments, but I did some little research and I was thinking to myself, of course, I had my own opinion, which I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to throw anybody's business out there, but I will say this. For her situation and the people in her circle, and knowing the people in her circle, these individuals that make comments to her about her body and her appearance and saying, oh, you look fucked up today, or you look, oh, you're this, you're that, you lost weight, and this and that. There are people who say those things because they notice, right? They notice, and so they want to acknowledge that to you, and that's perfectly fine. But when you have somebody who's consistently making comments, and I'm not saying that the people in her circle are doing that to her because I don't really know. We just had a very light conversation about it, and she expressed to me how she felt about it. But I went online. Of course, I love to go online because I love to check out things and research things and see if my opinion. So what I told her is that knowing these people that are making these comments to you, okay, knowing their situation, you shouldn't let that change how you look at yourself in a negative way. Like if you feel good about yourself, show it that you feel good. But when somebody kind of puts you down, makes comments like, maybe you have bags. I have bags under my eyes, okay? I do. At my age, I'm comfortable with it. I'm aging. It is what it is. We do the best what we can do with what we have, right? But for some young people and for young adults, especially at a very influential age when they're coming out and actually discovering themselves, people make comments. You gotta watch what you say. It makes them feel very insecure. As an example, I was always called thunder thighs. I was always called that. Being top heavy, I was always, clothes didn't fit me right and all of that. And people have different body shapes and people have different, preferences as far as style. Okay. I wanted to know what other people think. So I went on this, I usually go on this Quora feed, and here we go. So the question that I found was, why do people, even unknown ones, make negative comments about me? Hold on 1 second. Okay, some people totally out of the blue have been saying negative things about me, about my appearance, about my ways, in front of me and behind my back. since I was a kid. Okay, so some of the people were saying things like, some of the comments to this topic. Only losers will belittle people around them. First things I could recommend is to stop hanging out with the people that treat you like this. If they don't appreciate you and make snide remarks at your expense, spend your time elsewhere. Okay. The advice that I gave my daughter, I told her to consider the kind of people that they are, knowing, the kind of person that they are, what kind of, these people, what they're going through. They've expressed certain things to you about their life, what they don't like, what they dislike, what they feel entitled to, and then compare it to the reality of how things are. Okay, and try not to let that bother you. Okay, dismiss it. Don't let it bother you, because you know how that person is. You know what kind of life that they're living. You know the issues that they're dealing with, and for them to do that to you, that's because they're feeling shitty about themselves. Okay, they're feeling shitty about themselves, so they're gonna make comments to you about your body, especially if it's a negative comment, and so that they can feel better about themselves. They like to belittle others. Now, for the positive side, people may make comments to you because they admire you. They really do admire you. They really think that you're beautiful. They really think that you're attractive, or they like certain features about you. And there's people that really genuinely will say that to you because they just totally admire you, and that's a great feeling to know that. So when I went online, this is an AI overview, and then in the comments, let me know if you agree with this, if you've ever had experiences like that. When people make comments about you directly to you, it usually means they are expressing an opinion, observation, or reaction to something about your behavior, appearance, or actions, whether positive, negative, or simply neutral. However, the intent behind the comment can vary depending on the person and situation, ranging from genuine feedback to subtle criticism or even a desire to provoke a reaction. Like, I could go out of this house feeling really good about myself because I feel like oh, my hair is on fleek, my eyebrows are on fleek, my makeup and everything. I feel good. I'm ready for the day, for my work day to start. And then I could go to work and then have somebody go, "Oh, what is that? Oh, how come this is like this on you and this and that?" And you might not even notice it, right? As you leave the house or get out of the car or go to work or go to the store or go to a party, wherever, whatever social setting that you might have to be in. And then all of a sudden somebody's going to point out something. Oh, your earring is sticking out, or your earring is crooked, or your eyebrows are uneven. Yeah, it takes me a while. It takes me a while to do my eyebrows. Um, as I was growing up, and my family would make comments about my body, and at that time I didn't realize that it was affecting me to the point where when I became an adult I felt very insecure about myself, and I really had to search deep down inside myself to actually feel secure and be comfortable with the way I look. So here's some reasons why. Okay, possible reasons why people might comment on you to your face. They're giving feedback. They might be trying to offer constructive criticism or a helpful observation about something you could improve on. I agree with that, but I also disagree. sharing an opinion. They might simply be stating their thoughts on something you did or said without any malicious intent. They say no offense, but, like, okay, here's a perfect example because I don't want to hound on my daughter's situation, okay, too much, but I'm going to use myself as an example. So, I'm aging. I am a little bit insecure about my grays, okay, but also I'm trying to learn to embrace me aging because I'm reaching that age. So I try to rock it. I try to rock it. Like, oh wow, you look so nice. Oh, your grays are showing, right? Now, if this person who says that to me, because they know that I'm kind of self conscious about it, because they know, so they might nitpick at that and say something. But honestly, right now, I think it kind of looks cool with the red and the dark. So I'm just gonna leave it. But the point is, they're trying to create an insecurity about you, right? And how do we tackle that, right? The question is, how do we tackle that? Because even as a woman of my age, I could give a rat's what people think about me. But once people say something, then it kind of stays in my mind. But I don't let it simmer too long because, I am me. If you're worried about my grades, turn around and walk away. No, look at me, right? Some people will make comments to you and say things because they're trying to make a connection with you. So, depending on the nature of the comment, they might be attempting to start a conversation or build a rapport. Being insensitive. In some cases, people might make comments without considering how they might make you feel, potentially due to poor social skills or a lack of awareness. Underlying negativity, and I see this a lot in social settings. If the comments are consistently critical or hurtful, it could indicate jealousy, insecurity, or a desire to put you down. Now, considering the tone and body language, a casual, friendly tone might suggest a harmless observation, while a critical or condescending tone could indicate negativity. So tone is very important. And then you come to the context of the situation. So if you're having a conversation with somebody and then they say something, so if you're talking about fashion, if you're talking about beauty, if you're talking about health, if you're talking about this, it depends on the context. Comments made during a casual chat might be different from comments made in a professional setting. And then also considering the relationship with the person. A close friend might offer more direct feedback, while an acquaintance might be more guarded with their comments. Now, what do you do in this type of situation? Now, this is in conversation with my daughter. I was just telling her, baby, take into consideration the people that's saying these things to you. You know who they are, you know what kind of stuff they're going through, you know what kind of personality that they have, and their talk. And it's easy for us to observe that. We just have to pay attention. Like when I meet someone, I always observe how they're going to react to me with my personality, because I do have a strong personality. I'm a very social type person. I have no shame. I enjoy meeting people. I'm always welcoming people into my life. I like to know people. But being that I've dealt with so many situations within the past few years where people was just kind of like totally finding things to be mad at me about these past few years, I quickly learned that I need to be observant, and their body language, like the context of the conversation, their body language, their characteristics, and realize that people come from different backgrounds, different upbringings, different situations and experiences in their life, and that they have their own everybody has insecurities. Nobody can ever say, oh no, I'm 100% insecure. I'm 100% secure. I have no insecurities, which is a crock of shit. So here's what to do when someone comments about you to you. Try to understand if the comment is meant to be helpful, critical, or simply an observation. Ask for clarification. If you're unsure about the meaning, politely ask the person to explain what they meant. Well, okay, in a situation like somebody tell me, you look fucked up, I would say, how? How do I look fucked up? You know? Oh, you look tired. You know, like, okay, I've gone places and I've gotten ready and I felt good, and then they tell me, you look tired today, are you okay? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. You know, and then it leaves your mind going, what makes me look so tired? Why am I looking so tired? Is it my bags under my eyes? You know, is it, oh my gosh, I gotta put cucumbers under my eyes, I better go and put ice packs on my eyes, I better try to get some sleep, I gotta do that. Those are the kind of things that are created in your mind when people say certain things like that to you. And you can respond to them. You can definitely respond. So, but make sure to respond calmly. If it offends you, respond calmly, okay? Because you don't want to start a unnecessary situation, okay? Avoid getting defensive and try to address the comment in a respectful manner. So you can say, no, I feel fine. I look tired? No, I feel totally fine. And you know what? Sometimes people just go and say that because they just want to nitpick and poke at you. Okay. Make sure to set boundaries. If the comments are consistently negative or hurtful, you can gently let the person know that you're not comfortable with their remarks. And so this is the advice. This is from me to my daughter. I said, you know what? I said, honey, I said, if they constantly do that to you, then you can, this was my, this is my advice. Okay, I told her, I said, if these people constantly make comments to you like that and it offends you and it gets irritating, because you know when somebody continuously does the same thing, and I've had that happen to me, and I know I'm not the only one. I know that there's people out there that go through this, okay, and you can say, you know what? Since every time I come here and every time that I see you, you have to say something about me, to me, whether it be negative or positive, guess what? I'm going to say something to you, whether it's positive or negative. If you say something negative to me, about me, making a comment about my skin, making a comment about my hair, making a comment about my clothes, whatever, my jewelry, whatever, my ass, my boobs, whatever, allow me to make a comment about you. I mean, to me, that's the only way to address it. Honestly, because, you know, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Jeez. That's the advice that I gave her. You know, so I feel like social media is much easier to avoid those toxic beauty standards. But when you have real people in your circle and in your environment doing that, I feel like that is harder because you got to deal with them every day on a daily basis, you know, or on a regular basis. You got to deal with them. And so if you are constantly getting that from people, go ahead and tell them, you know what? Yesterday you made a comment about my shirt. You pointed something wrong with my shirt. The day before that, you pointed out something about my hair. Excuse me. The day before that, you pointed out something about my earrings. So, next time you come up with something, and you'll stop them in their tracks. You will. You will stop them. you can just do the same thing. Oh, yeah, what's that? What's wrong with your shirt? How come it's folding in like that? It could be the style of the shirt, but it's not so much a tit for tat. But I feel like if you have no other solution, do the same thing, man. Do the same thing. That's my advice. Because you will definitely see, if you tell them, you make a negative comment to me about me, since you want to do this every single day, then guess what? Every time you say something, I'm gonna say something. Right? Yeah. Not the kind where you come into work, oh, you look so tired. What's wrong? And nothing is wrong. You know, when you have somebody do that to you constantly, you start to get irritated. And that's the truth. That's real people feelings. That's real people emotions. That's real people kind stuff. So, and then when they make good comments, like they make a compliment, they compliment you on something, thank you so much, I appreciate that. Show them how it makes you feel without actually getting upset and angry about it. If they tell you, oh, well, I see your hair is uneven. Oh, you missed a curl. Or, oh, what's wrong? Oh, you got some, what is that in your hair, dandruff? No, but seriously, I mean, come on. Why do we even have to go there? But to me, this is the way. I don't know if it's good advice, but that is what I honestly told my daughter. Because I'm teaching her to stand up for herself. I'm showing her that you don't have to take that. Because on low key, that's like abuse when you really think about it. When somebody constantly does that to you. And it's because they're insecure. Oh, I see your acne is acting up. Now, these thoughts that come into my head are situations that I've kind of been through and what I've experienced and what I've been, told by people who've experienced those things. That's the kind of stuff that you really want to say. But you don't have to say it, but you can tell them. If you're going to make a comment to me that's negative, then allow me to make a negative comment and see, how we handle it. I mean, really, to be honest, it's okay to be honest. And like I said, it's going to stop them in their tracks, for real. Anyways, you know what? At the end of the day, guess what? You are first a spirit before flesh. Be beautiful. Who cares about your appearance? Who cares about what you look like? Work on this first before you work on this. Because you can make yourself look good and you can be attractive physically, and all that kind of stuff. But guess what? If your inside is ete and ugly and shitty, it eventually will come out and show your ugliness on the outside. Alright, everybody, have a good night. And I'm off to work. Get in. Let us.